Welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Bloody. I'm Brock.
I am Ben.
This is Ben. Today we're talking Friday the 13th, 1980. 1980?
Yes.
Can't remember.
Flat 1980.
Yeah, cannot remember the director's name for the life of me. Something, Craig, something.
Give Daddy a second.
Ben's got it. And while Ben's doing that, I'll just give you the breakdown. We're going to...
Sean S. Cunningham.
Sean S. Cunningham is the director.
Also wrote it with Victor Miller.
And wrote it.
With Victor Miller.
With Victor Miller, thank you. But before we get into Friday the 13th, we're going to do a little bit of sweet and sour where we talk about the best and worst parts of our week, just a little personal thing. If you're not interested in that, we will leave timestamps. Then I think I'm just going to do a quick, if you're cool, Ben, quick Insidious out of the further review for the people because I did watch it on Thursday night. And then we'll do Friday the 13th talk. And then we will do weekly recommend, and then we'll get out of here. This might be a short podcast because I have to leave in approximately 40 minutes. So we're just going to try and cram as much in as we can. But let's start with sweet and sour, Benjamin. Tell us about your week, bro.
I pulled 5 12s this week.
Yow!
Some of them were longer than that. It was really hot.
Yeah.
So my arms are black.
Yeah.
And my calves are really sunburned because I had to wear shorts because I ripped a hole in my work pants.
Oh.
But that wasn't bad. You know, the sweet of that is going to be the check.
Booyah!
That was the single solitary thing that I was
born
to do this week. This week in particular, though.
Yeah, dude, and I was like a
They
little...
will remember my name referenced.
Yeah, they will remember my name. Sebastian referenced.
And my sour of the week is missing the premiere.
Dude.
They will remember my name.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm supposed to be pointing over here.
Yeah, I'm doing that because you are right there. You're on the laptop up there, so that's why I'm.
Oh, you're right there.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing there for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, and I was like a little stay-at-home wife. Ben's like working 15-hour shifts, and I'm texting him. Ben, can we do a couple's costume where I dress up as John Goodman and you dress up as the dude, and we carry around like a Folgers coffee tin for Halloween?
Editor Brock, insert screenshot of our text chain.
Yeah, Editor Brock, please. Yeah, dude, it's like if you look at our text this week, it's just Brock. Ben will chime in, and then it's just very one-sided, but I understand.
Long week.
It has been hard.
9
I'm going to
hours.
be completely honest, Ben. It has been hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that, like, because this week was, like, a big week for me, like, the movie premiere and everything. It's, like, very something I've been kind of anticipating and been nervous for. And this is, like, the second most important event of the month for you. So it's been hard for me to, like, grapple with the different, the different levels of priority. But
I'm getting married in 6 days.
yes, and I'm gonna be
by
there.
The way.
I wish we had time to do an in-person podcast. That would have been fun. So my sweet was the premiere of the movie. We had a theater premiere on Wednesday for the movie They Will Remember My Name, which Ben and I created, and we birthed together. And it's been a very long in the works. And we decided to do like a theater premiere just to, I don't even know why, I guess to build buzz and kind of just to make it fun for everybody. But as it was getting closer, I was terrified because there were so many things that were kind of going into it. I had to mix the audio properly for a theater, which I did not know how to do. I didn't know if like my audio was going to sound really shitty in the theater. And I was only able to test it 30 minutes before. I had to I didn't know this, but you can't just use like an MOV file or an MP4 file. You have to create what's called a DCP, which I think stands for Digital Cinema Package, and it is a completely different beast with like a bunch of weird like XMF files and stuff that I don't know what it means. And I had to figure out how to take the movie and make it into that and put it on a hard drive. And I had no idea if that was going to work, if I did it properly. I had zero clue. So leading up to that moment where we were testing it on the screen was like very nerve-wracking, and also I was very scared that nobody was going to show up to this. And so there was those two things leading up to the premiere that was making me sick every time I thought about it. And then the movie played beautifully when we tested it, so I was like, okay, I'm at peace now. And people started filing in, dude. There was more people than signed up. Were coming and buying tickets there, or they would just come for free. Like, some people just walked in, which is totally fine. So once those two worries were satisfied, then as I was waiting for the movie to start, I was like, wow, now I just hope this movie doesn't suck ass. So then, those fears just got replaced by another fear. But it was good, and people really liked it. And shout out to everyone who came to the premiere. If you're watching this, you're incredible. Shout out to Vic, the girl who was running the booth. Did I tell you this, Ben, already? I think I did.
You did.
So we're watching the movie, and I'm sitting in the back. I didn't even watch the first 10 minutes of the movie. Play the clip editor, Brock, of what was going on. I was in the lobby, like, pacing back and forth, about to actually dry heave, like, throw up all over the floor of the Electric Theater because I was so nervous. Because there's a room full of, like, 100 people watching this movie on the big screen. But then I finally go in and I sit in the back row, and I kind of just am chilling with my hat down, just in the dark, just kind of watching the audience watch the movie. And the credits roll and whatever. And I'm like, okay, I hope people liked it. And I walk in the back booth to get the microphone because we're doing a Q&A after. And the girl is like, I believe, she can correct me if she's watching it, I believe she was crying and was...
She's not watching, though.
She was moved by the film. And she really liked it. She was like, wow, this was really good. She was like, I knew that I would like the movie because I like this kind of movie, but this was like really good in a way I wasn't expecting, and that gave me a lot of confidence. And Ben just transported. So the premiere was good. That is my suite. There could be a billion suites. We also went and ate.
That is so sweet.
That is so choice. We also ate at a great burger place. There's a smash burger food truck that I discovered yesterday that's only open on Fridays and Saturdays in St. George, and it's really incredible. So I'm going to go there again. Yeah. When you come down, we're going, because they also have a Filipino truck there, I found.
Another sweet. One of the Letterboxd reviews said my score was good.
Yeah. Yeah, it said it serviced the movie well, right? Yeah. Yeah. Ben's pretty good, man. Yeah. Sour. Hey, what do you know? Sour probably was, dude. If you follow us on TikTok and Instagram, which you should, go follow us at GBB Podcast. I ripped a hole in my pants. Last time we were talking about how you ripped your pants, and I said, as a fat person, I've never ripped my pants before, and legitimately that, the next day or week, I ripped my pants. Yes, Ben.
When Big Larry came out just to put him
exactly.
down.
Exactly.
SpongeBob turned into a clown. That's all I got.
And she'll have a more dance. So
with the fool who went and ripped his pants. I know I shouldn't mumble and I shouldn't curse, but the pain feels so much worse.
Wow, I should have. All right, let's move on.
Winding up with no.
I'm gonna give a quick Insidious review. I don't want to get too into it. So spoilers for Insidious 1, I guess. I haven't seen the other ones, so maybe spoilers. But I'm gonna try and be spoiler free about Insidious Out of the Further, just so like if you guys want to watch it, this can be your intro. It was good. I think I like Insidious Out of the Further more than I like Insidious. Because, so, Insidious Out of the Further, it follows this woman named Gemma. And good Lord Almighty. It follows a woman named Gemma. Gemma had a traumatic experience with her mother as a child. Her mother was deranged and she was troubled and eventually killed herself. And then Gemma grows up and she's living in the same house and she has a daughter and they have a great relationship and she's trying to be different from her mom and give her daughter a different upbringing. But then some really creepy things start happening, and she realizes that she may be connected to the further in a way that no other person has been connected before. So there's actually some really cool stuff in here. There's some stuff I have never, ever, ever been as close to gagging in a movie as I was in this movie. There's some grotesque stuff. Maybe it won't be for some other people, but for me, it was gonna get me. I don't also get jump scared ever in movies, and this one, I physically like jolted in the theater at one of these jump scares, and it's shot pretty well. I mean, the dialogue, it's corny sometimes. They fall into cliches. There are some eye roll moments.
Nothing wrong with a good cliche.
Yeah, I mean, it's but the bar for horror movies is being raised. Like, this is the low end of horror movies, and it was still very enjoyable. One thing, Ben, that I noticed, and I don't know if this is going to make any sense, I hate when characters' introductions, like, say somebody is going to meet a character at their place of work, and then they say, "Hi, is this so-and-so?" And then instead of replying like a normal person and being like, "Yeah, that's me. How you doing? What's your name?" They start spitting like random fun facts. Do you know what I'm talking about? This is like a trope in not just horror movies, but in every movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So like in this movie, I'll give you an example. In this movie, Gemma, she goes to find this lady that somebody told her about, and she goes into this tattoo shop and she's like, "Hi, is this Sally or whatever the girl's name is?" And Sally is over in the corner with a tattoo gun, and she's tattooing a grapefruit. And instead of replying like a normal person, she goes, "You know, we used to practice tattooing on pigskin, but it was too thick.
Got you.
Now we just use grapefruits."
Yeah.
And it's like, who asked? Why did you think that was a normal thing to say? And so that's like, I've never clocked that, but that is really annoying.
Your drift is caught.
Okay, yeah. I knew you would know what I was talking about. Yeah, there's just like some stuff like that I'm like, oh, brother, what are we doing? But ultimately, it was fun, and there were some scares, and there was some gross stuff, and there was eerie stuff, and it's worth a watch. If you guys are fans of the first Insidious, it's worth a watch. That is all I wanted to say about that. Thank you for your time. Go check it out. Ben, let's talk Friday the 13th. I've been yapping too much, bro. I want to hear your thoughts.
Let me tell you where my bar was for this movie and my excitement level going in.
Okay.
This right here, that bar that you can visibly see
Yes.
is 0.
Okay. Yeah, that was your excitement going in.
I did not want to care to watch this movie. I've never cared to watch it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing I hate.
Mhm.
One thing I hate. The entire 80s slasher genre.
Okay.
I despise it. They're boring. They're poorly acted. They're just not good movies. I don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't like the original Halloween. I liked the 2016 reboot, though.
Did you really? I haven't seen it.
Yeah. The second one that followed it, I also watched. Dog poopy. The third one that followed it, I didn't watch because the second one was so dog poopy. But that first one, the Halloween, I think it was 2016. I liked that one.
Yeah.
Because I liked that one, I watched the 1979 one or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like it. Boring.
Interesting. Okay.
I had the same expectation for Friday the 13th, and for the most part, it met that expectation.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, it was boring, poorly acted. One beef I have with this movie is it started two horrible things.
Mm-hmm.
It started the Friday the 13th franchise and Kevin Bacon's career.
That was Kevin Bacon?
That's a joke. I actually have no beef with Kevin Bacon. I just thought that would be fun to say.
I thought that was Kevin Bacon. I didn't realize that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have no beef with Kevin Bacon.
Tremors, incredible movie.
This is a Friday the 13th podcast.
Yeah, sorry. That'll be a later day.
Hopefully not. So, for the most part, it is just another 80s slasher movie. Retarded individuals just doing stupid things. You got your one funny character who's just a dip-ass who dies early. Ned.
Yeah.
You've got your sexual deviants. You've got your one good girl, and you've got the other ones that are just aren't anything.
Yeah.
And they go out to some place and do some stuff and just die one by one. But I have to respect it because that's kind of, I don't exactly know the chronology of 80s slasher movies, but as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the first, so I can't blame it for those things, because if it starts it.
I'm really glad you brought that up because that's something I wanted to talk about, but keep going, sorry.
Yeah, so I can't blame it for that, but those are just things I hate.
Yeah.
But the things I like, there's a few things I really, really like about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
My number one, very much love the most about this movie. Jason Voorhees is not even freaking in it, pretty much.
Yeah.
The hockey mask does not, I didn't know this going in.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to see hockey masked up Jason Voorhees.
Mm-hmm.
So glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Made it way better.
Yeah.
The whole mother thing was way better.
Yeah.
Than any Jason Voorhees hockey mask machete thingy. Like, I saw them using a machete to chop the snake off, and I was like, hockey mask, man, the machete's going to come and kill them with a machete. But no, didn't happen.
Yeah.
The only thing you see of Jason Voorhees is this decaying corpse.
Yeah.
Pulling this chick into the water.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I liked that as well. The ending.
Yes.
And it sets up a sequel instead of just some random sequel appearing out of the ether when the movie does well.
Yeah.
Not that I care to watch the sequel. I don't want to watch the sequel. In my mind, Jason Voorhees as the hockey mask slasher no longer exists.
He is a swamp monster. And nothing more.
He is a swamp monster, and that is what he will always be, and he kills vicariously through his mother.
Yeah.
That is way cooler.
Yeah, that is really sick.
The other thing I loved is how long it took to show what was actually killing them.
Yeah.
And especially, that was one of the things that made it bearable, since, this is almost a 50-year-old movie now in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
In a couple of years, the movie will be 50 years old. So everyone knows who Jason Voorhees is.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, knows about the guy, so them hiding a hockey mask Jason Voorhees the whole time creates no suspense. But when it doesn't happen, for a later down the road audience who expects that, it makes it a lot better as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I really liked how long it took to actually reveal. And then when it did the reveal of who was actually killing them, because even when Mother showed up, I was still awaiting hockey mask Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Never showed up. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Great thing about that movie. Great thing that they did, even if they don't even know that they realized that they were doing.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, if this movie never spawned an abominable franchise, it wouldn't have been as good for me.
Dude, that's crazy. I agree with pretty much everything you said. I think we have very similar thoughts on this movie. I for whatever reason have not watched this movie. This was my first time watching it, and I didn't understand why I was not as excited to watch this, because this is one of the classic, iconic horror movies, and I've seen pretty much all the other ones except for this. And the reason Ben and I both had to watch this morning, this is podcast recording morning, and neither of us had seen it yet. And Ben said, I worked a 65-hour week. What's your excuse? I'll tell you, Ben. I watched the first half of it on Tuesday night and was so bored and so uninterested in this movie that I had to turn it off, and I was just putting off watching the rest of it until this morning. I did not really like this movie at all, but I will agree, the two things that you said you liked, I also liked. The mother thing, the whole reverse Patrick Bateman kind of, was interesting, and then the ending with him. The problem is, I knew both of those things were going to happen already. If I didn't, it would have been even better, but I still really enjoyed them. I only know about the water monster thing because there was this old YouTube video that I'd watch as a little kid that was a thriller. It was like a thriller video, like Thriller by Michael Jackson, but it was a compilation of all the most iconic horror movie moments. And that was one of them. And that was one of them that really scared me as a kid. And the mother thing I already knew because of Scream. Have you seen Scream? I assume not. Ben, I think that's going to change your view of slasher movies, dude. That is a good. I can't wait to watch that one. That's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. But yeah, so those two things that I still enjoyed were already I already knew they were going to happen. So everything leading up to that, I agree with you, Ben. I don't like the 80s slasher aesthetic. I don't like the campy dialogue. I don't like the campy characters. I'm just not into it. And this is what I wanted to bring up. Because a lot of people will say, like, oh, Friday the 13th, yeah, it doesn't really hold up that well, but it really spawned this slasher genre. And it's actually not true, in my opinion. I was researching this. The chronology is most people believe that Psycho is like the father of slasher movies, which I don't know how accurate that is. Like, sure, it's like a murder mystery with kind of a twist ending. So maybe you could make that case. But the Italians were doing slasher movies years before Friday the 13th came out, and they were doing it way better. Deep Red, Blood and Black Lace, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, like any Mario Bava or Dario Argento movie. Those guys kind of, in my opinion, shaped what slasher movies were going to be. And so Friday the 13th, and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 1974 was like, holy shit. And then Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 1974 was also one of the big drivers. And so you have all of these things that did what Friday the 13th did, and they did it better. And I actually like Halloween. I will disagree with you there. I like the original Halloween. So you have all these movies that kind of already did this slasher stuff. And Friday the 13th is after all of this. It doesn't really invent anything, to my knowledge, and it's not bonkers enough to really stand out. If it was a little bit more batshit, then you could make a case for it, which that's why I'm kind of excited to watch. I want to watch the rest of these movies because apparently this is the most boring one, and the rest of them are just really absurd, which I wish this movie had more absurdity. I wish it was.
Only movie I care to watch next is Jason X.
Yeah, I want to watch. Dude, there's like Jason Goes to New York, Manhattan, whatever. There's Jason Goes to Hell. There Freddy Krueger, Freddy versus Jason. Like, there's so much like whack ass content to watch that I'm really excited to explore. But all in all, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this movie. I don't remember any of the characters' names. They don't really care about the characters. They're just cannon fodder. Yeah, there's just nothing really special about it to me. At least with Halloween, you have like a great score. You have a pretty iconic villain. Yes, Ben.
This movie had a good score.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Jaws ripoff.
It was a Jaws ripoff. I noticed that. I'm
Yeah.
more referring to the
Okay.
the whatever, the good, the bad, and the ugly ripoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So they're just Vertigo mentioned. There wasn't really anything for me to bite into with this movie other than that ending was pretty cool. Yeah, dude, I really just don't have that much to say, to be honest.
I agree. This is not a good movie.
Yeah.
But I do like that it surprised me in not being the exact movie I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, which is totally fair. I did not get that opportunity. Yeah, there's some good cliches in here. the girl traveling to the camp, and the townspeople are like, "Oh, you're going to that Camp Crystal Lake? Don't you know what happened there years ago?" And she goes, "Oh man." But they don't ever. Nobody ever really. I don't know. I guess they say some of the stuff that happened. There's like a fire, but nobody's. They still ultimately drive her there.
The place is cursed.
The place is cursed. You want to go to a cursed camp? Yeah. Like, I legitimately don't know what else to say about this movie.
Well, that's all there is to say about the movie.
Yeah.
Is it's
Yes.
Can we insert, Editor Brock? Will you insert my favorite clip from this movie?
Yeah. What is it?
Kevin Bacon belly flopping off the dock. Everyone's diving, and Kevin Bacon cannot perform a normal dive and belly flops. And then the microphone picks up the slap, too, of his belly hitting the water.
Yeah. I mean,
that was my favorite part of the movie.
I think this movie is perfect for anyone who would like to watch a goofy summer slasher and you don't want to have anything too interesting on the screen, and you have a bunch of people over there going to be talking over it.
I agree. This is a movie for people who don't want to watch a good movie.
Yeah. And I feel like
you always have to wonder, what were people on in the 80s to make these movies blow up?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's so interesting. It's like, okay, The Exorcist.
Why is Friday the 13th popular?
Yeah, let's take something like The Exorcist.
What do you see in this film?
Where they're like, The Exorcist was the scariest movie, and all these people were sick and walking out of it. It's like, okay, yes, that makes sense to me because that was kind of the first movie that did something like that. Friday the 13th was probably I don't know, I don't have a number, but like I can think of 5 movies that did this before Friday the 13th. And so what do people, if you guys are Friday the 13th fans, and keep in mind, we've only seen the first one. We're not talking about the franchise as a whole. Please tell us what is unique and special about it for you, because I'm genuinely interested.
I think, look, I'm Googling right now. AI is telling me that people were just drawn to the slasher genre. It sounds like the 80s superhero movie.
Yeah.
That was just what people wanted at the time, and they could churn them out for cheap. Also, I'm reading here that Hockey Mask didn't even show up until part 3.
Really? Yeah, I'm interested to see how it develops.
I am not. That's a you thing, buddy.
Ben, come on, we have to do a Jason Goes to Hell episode someday, bro.
10,000 subscribers.
10,000 subscribers. We will do Jason Goes to Hell. And Ben and I will watch it live on the Patreon with you guys. Dude, wouldn't that be awesome if we had Patreon subscribers and we could do like live watch parties?
Imagine we had people who watched this.
Yeah, guys.
At all.
Please tell your friends about this podcast if you like it. We're really trying our best out here to just give you guys fun content about horror movies, as we have nothing to say about one of the most iconic horror movies ever made.
We can say that it's undeservedly so.
Yeah. Overhyped. No.
You, 50-year-old man who still lives in the 80s, wearing your Letterman around. Your favorite 80s horror movie? It stinks. It's not good. It's boring. It's got a few decent things about it that I can appreciate because I'm an objective man, and a big man can admit when there's something good and something he doesn't like.
Yeah.
But your movie, it's no good.
Your movie.
Kevin Bacon, you did not start your career out with a bang.
It's ass.
You are not like Lawrence Fishburne, who started his movie career out, I think, with Apocalypse Now. You are not the same. He's better than you.
Damn.
Every other horror movie is better than you.
Damn. Okay, that was scarier than the movie.
My weekly recommend. I recommend you don't watch this movie.
Boom!
Oh, snap! Well, similar to last week, except for more so than last week, I have consumed zero media.
Damn.
I have been on the grind.
Not even music? Do you run music when you work?
I'm forced to listen to country music through a speaker.
Oh, no.
Here's my recommend. This one goes out to everybody, including Brock.
Okay.
Get a job.
Shut
Make some money.
Listen, I got a couple job interviews lined up, guys. Things are looking
Get out there
promising.
and go do something with your life. I recommend that you do something with your life. Find some employment, all right?
Hey, here's my weekly recommend.
be-
I recommend you get some bitches.
I
Not you. I'm talking to the audience.
I will be unemployed in like 3 days.
Yeah, I can't wait till the tables turn. And I'll be like, Ben, can you stop hitting me up, bro? Because, like, I got shit to do, bro. Bro, I'm at the office,
Passive
bro.
income, baby. Passive income is send your wife off to her full-time job.
Yo, genius. Awesome. Is that actually you got no recommends? You could say there is one that you could
Literally it.
easily softball toss up. Released yesterday, 7 p.m.
Is it the new Weezer album?
No.
Hey, y'all, I recommend you go check out They Will Remember My Name, because Brock Gardner is going to make a name for himself in the film industry.
Yeah, I am. You watch.
Watch They Will Remember My Name. Brock doesn't even have a recommendation, because that's our recommendation this week.
Whoa.
If you do nothing else with your time, you will watch They Will Remember My Name.
Yes.
Don't distract them away from our content, Brock.
Yes, please go watch the film. We worked really hard on this for the last year. A year ago, Ben and I were combing through the script and finalizing the script, and now it's released for everyone to see. It's on this very YouTube channel, so please check it out. Watch it on a TV. Don't watch it on your phone. And if you have Letterboxd, it's on Letterboxd. Please go drop a review. I actually have a little side recommend. I have to finish the Matt Johnson recommend trilogy, because first episode I recommended Nirvana the Band the Show. Second episode I recommended Blackberry. I finally finished Nirvana the Band the Show, and I watched Nirvana the Band the Show the movie yesterday, and it was I truly don't understand how they made this movie, and I'm scouring the internet to find any sort of insight on how they did some of this stuff, and I'm coming up short. If you guys have any like videos or knowledge, please send it my way, because I'm like actually dying to know. There's a part of this movie where they want to skydive into this baseball arena, I believe the Toronto Blue Jays arena, from this tower. And so they go on this tour where you go to the top of the tower and they clip their cables and they skydive and land on the roof of the Toronto Blue Jays stadium as it's closing. But it's not, they don't have permits, and none of the people in the either business are involved in this, I believe. Like, it's completely guerrilla, as I understand it. I'm probably wrong. There's no way. Anyways, go watch it, dude, because it will blow your mind. And you don't have to watch the show if you don't want to. You could just go straight into the movie. But that's my weekly recommend. But obviously, our movie is great, so check it out. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Sorry to cut this episode so short, but we got some stuff to do today, and yeah, it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But please subscribe if you haven't already. Go follow us on Instagram or TikTok, and we will catch you next week. Dude, it's Lane Staley's birthday today. R.I.P. Lane Staley. Can you belt out the Man in the Box chorus in honor?
No, I have neighbors.
Oh, you do?
I'll give me a different one.
Okay.
Give me a better AIC song.
Rotten Apple.
Hot take. Let's talk about this real quick.
Okay.
Man in the Box. Despite being their most streamed, their most popular,
Yeah.
it is far from their best song. I could probably name 10 off the rip not that it's not a great song.
Yeah.
I could just probably name 10 off the rip.
Yeah, I mean, just
Better.
just technically, anything on Jar of Flies probably beats it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and name every single song in their discography that's better than Man in the Box.
Okay.
Let's start with Facelift. There's only one on Facelift. We already know what that is. Bleed the Freak.
Yeah. Which Facelift also just had their anniversary like a couple days ago.
It did. On Dirt, you can get it with Them Bones, which is becoming more and more incredible as the longer I get of knowing it.
And I don't know if you know this because I don't know if you watch our podcasts, but you did them bones when you were testing your microphone in the first episode, and I've been using it as like the end stinger.
Ah! Ah!